Hello there, this is Teresa with Teresa Marie Art and Design, and I am creating a demo for my Color Wheel Chromatrope toy. What you do is it's this size, it's a cardstock. I'm going to be selling these and demonstrating how to make these at the Lacey Cultural Celebration. It's this Saturday. It's from 10 to 6. It's at St. Martin's University in Lacey, Washington. On this side, it has brown in the middle. On this side, it has your 3 primaries, your 3 secondaries. So your primaries are your red, your yellow, and your blue. Your secondaries are your purple, your green, and your orange. And if you look, so for example, this is purple and directly across is yellow, and those are complementary colors. Red and green are complementary, and so here you have red and green right there, and then you have blue and orange are complementary. So anytime you mix those colors, you get brown. What I've done here is I have some yarn right here. And then on this side, these are the primaries, your red, your yellow, and your blue. So what I've done here, you could do watercolor, you could do markers, the mixable markers, you could do watercolor pencil. So what I've done here is I colored with watercolor pencil. And you can get any kind of watercolor pencils at any of the arts and crafts stores. These I'm going to be putting in the kits, and they are made by Faber-Castell, and they're from Germany, and they have these colored tips like that. And then what I've done is I colored them, and then I mixed the other colors on top. Now this I haven't used watercolor brush on it yet. So what I have, so they come like this, and then you cut it with just paper scissors. I do not recommend using fabric scissors, only paper scissors. And then I have this one that's for the middle, and that gives it its weight. I've tried it where I use just these two, and it was just too hard to cut for children. So I found if I add this third one for weight, and then I take my Elmer's glue or either a tacky glue like this, and I don't put too much because then it will warp, but I do a circular motion like this, and I put it on both sides. I cut it, and then what I do is I just rub them together like this so that it makes the glue even like that. I wait until it dries. And then when it's completely dry, what I do is I use something like an awl. And for children, I do not want them ever to use an awl because they could hurt themselves. So only adults, parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles that are adults can use this. I also have something that you could use that I recommend you use. Just go out and purchase. This is something that it pierces holes. I use this for bookbinding. And I always collect corks, like wine corks, and I put anything sharp, and it keeps the item that's sharp, it keeps it safe so it doesn't hurt anybody. It also protects the point so it stays sharp. You could also use the tip of something like a compass like this, a sharp tip. And then in my kits, I'm including this foam core like that. And then you put the color wheel on top. You could color so you don't get any texture underneath there. And then once you've done all your coloring, and you've glued your color wheel together, then you put a hole, you put 2 holes. So if you could see on this one, you see the distance of the hole, and you don't want it to be any farther than that because then it won't spin properly. So if you look here closely, and the letters for brown right here, then I just take where the letters are and I punch a hole, and then directly across where there's other letters, I punch a hole, and then you know it's the right distance. And I punch with this soft foam core so that it doesn't damage anything like wood or punch a hole in something. So I do that. And then you can use just a regular watercolor brush like these and use that. I have like little containers and I use that. You could put that over your Chromatrope Color Wheel toy. I have these in the kit if you'd like, and they're great because what they do is makes it so it's not too messy with water. And these just come off like that. You put water in there, and it has its own little brush. And then it has these little protective covers like that. So I'm going to show you the difference with the paintbrushes. So I'm going to use a regular paintbrush. And right now the color isn't very bright. But once I paint it, then the color gets more intense. So right now I'm just painting the little red square right here. And see how much brighter that is? Now what I did when I just used the 3 primaries. So because this is a purple red, a red orange, purple, blue purple, I just put red all across there because it's going to have some amount of red. And then I went over it with a second color of the primary to make it a red orange or a purple red or a blue purple. So I did that. So I'm going to show you just another example. I'm going to do it on the secondary color. So like here's the purple. And it's really important to wait for this to be dry before you spin it, because I've done this with students where they didn't wait until it was dry and it was still wet. And then when they pulled on the string, it wasn't strong enough, and then it just tore right through. So you don't want to do that. So what you do here, oh, and then when you put the hole through there, after this dries, then you push it through with something like an awl or maybe something kind of blunt, and push it through with maybe the tip of a pen or a pencil. And then you just tie the end like this. And then I like to put it where it's on my middle finger, like this. And then you have the strings where they're straight. That's how you just start. And then or you could do your index finger like that. And then you just spin like this, and you wait until it gets really, really tight. And you could feel the tightness on your finger. And then you could see that the wheel, it gets more straight when I'm spinning this way. And then you just pull like this. And it's just a fun way to learn about to learn about color and color mixing and complementary colors and primary colors, secondary colors, how to make brown. And then you just spin like that. So they'll be in these little kits like this. And I'll have your watercolor pencil, your string, and your foam core in there. And I'll have those at the Lacey Cultural Celebration this Saturday, March 12th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.